Hi, I'm Corey with iGo Fitness. Today we're at a local school playground, which is a gold mine when it comes to having fitness equipment already built in. So if you're walking around, if you're going through a park, school playground, what have you, you're going to have a lot of equipment at your disposal. You don't have to bring anything with you, and that's a really wonderful benefit about being outside in these warmer months. So we're going to go through a variety of exercises here, but we're going to start out with one of my favorites, the chin-up. So we've got 3 different bars here, 3 different levels, so depending on what your level is, there's something here for everybody. What we're going to do is 2 different types of chin-ups. One where you're going to try to jump up and hold it as long as you can. So if you need to build up that strength to actually perform a full rep, this is going to help you do that. Also, what we're going to do is do a complete chin-up, and I'll show you a variety of different grips that you can use to work on different types of strength. So the first thing we're going to do is just isometric hold at the top of your chin-up. So you can call it a jump chin-up or a jump up, whatever you really want to call it. Here's the idea. You're going to jump up and try to hold it at the top. You also want to let it down slowly to really build up that eccentric strength in the muscles. So what you'll notice is that once you jump up, you have to pull up just a little bit. And doing that pulling action is actually incorporating your biceps and your back as you're working your way up. Let it down nice and slowly. Now for those of you who are strong enough to do a complete chin-up, here's what it looks like. So notice it's the same smooth, controlled motion. Now what we can do, we can switch that grip up a little bit. Have one hand facing forward, the other hand facing toward you. And what we're doing is just working on the shoulder in a different, basically a different pattern of motion. So with my left arm, I'm incorporating a little more of the bicep. With this, I'm using a little bit more of my back. So switch that around the opposite way. And there's the chin-up. Another great exercise that works the lower body and also gets the heart rate up is the squat. It's a very basic exercise, but still some people need a little help with their form. So this bar, I don't know what it's originally intended for, but it's going to help us out with the squat today. So you're going to place your fingertips on the bar, feet about hip width apart. If you feel like you need a little bit more help with flexibility, place them shoulder width apart, go down and up. So you notice that my shoulders stay up, eyes are straight forward, keeping that back in neutral alignment. Just tapping the bar. I'm not pulling myself toward the bar. I'm not using it to help me back up. Just resting the hands here and down. If you feel like you need a little bit more assistance, you can feel free to hold on to that and it'll keep you from falling. But what this does is helps people get a lot of comfort in leaning back and coming back up. So that's the squat. All right, another great exercise which really gets the heart rate up, works all the muscles of the body, is the step over or the climb over. Now for those of you who want a more high impact workout, step over is probably going to be your best friend. So you can find any sort of plank-like object just like this, step over, just like that. Obviously you want to increase the speed if you want to get that heart rate up a little bit more. And now if you're feeling really froggish, no pun intended, we can leap over. Great exercise. If not, it might not be your best friend, so you might want to modify it a little bit. We're going to get the hands involved here. Let's place the hands down, let's climb over, back and forth, just like that. When you increase that speed, you'll notice that that'll really get your heart rate up. If you want to make it more challenging, we're going to work our way back and forth. And that'll really get your heart rate up, as well as work on a little agility. Boom, boom. Anyone who's ever worked with me knows that this is my favorite exercise, the push-up. So I'm going to show you a couple of different varieties of a push-up here that you can do with these parallel bars. They don't have these in every park, so if you're lucky enough to find them, please take advantage of them. They're really great. So you've got the great non-tripod view here of the exercise, but hopefully this will work out for you. So first thing we're going to do is start with incline push-ups. These are great for beginners or for people with shoulder injuries who don't really want to take the push-up to that full range of motion and place too much stress on the shoulder. So what we're going to do is just line up your hands. So you want your shoulders and wrists to be in a straight line here. You're going to take the the feet back so that your hips and shoulders are also in a straight line. So you can notice that here. And we're doing hands about shoulder width apart. Just bring your body down and back up. Bring your body down and back up. Of course, if you want to make it more difficult, you just take your feet back a little bit further, get more of a range of motion there. Now, if that's a little too simple for you, we can do a parallel bar push-up, which is going to increase the range of motion, place a little more stress on the chest and the triceps, but it's a really fun way to add a little extra to your push-ups. So I'll back up a little bit so you can see it. We're gonna go down here and notice that I'm getting below, basically I'm bringing my chest below my arms there, so really taking it through that range of motion. Good. So more complete than you would just on the ground, because you're elevated, so you're allowed to take your body underneath your hands and push all the way back through, which really gives you great range of motion. Now, a very advanced form of a push-up, which is one of my favorites, is a parallel bar push-up with elevated legs. So, climb up on here. You can have your toes on here, you can have the inside of your foot on there, whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. I like the challenge of placing my toes up here, down, and again, I'm getting that full range of motion. I'm all the way through my hands and pushing back up. Down, pushing back up. Down, pushing back up. Down, and boom, nice explosive push-up. And for the finale here, another advanced exercise that works on arm strength, upper body strength, and core strength is just the hand walk here on the parallel bars. So, start here, and you can just start with little steps. So you can just try to lift your feet off the ground as much as possible and walk the hands as though you were on crutches. Now what you want to do is alternate the hands. So notice I'm using that left leg for a little bit of balance and support. Eventually we're going to take those legs out of the equation. So knees are bent, and we can walk it backwards as well, which is tough, as you can see, but very effective. So there you have it. It's one of the playground workouts that you can do and have a bunch of fun anywhere you go. See you next week.